Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a torta with a smack habit. Bye, bye. Let's get to that intro. Welcome back to the channel, and if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking, and I appreciate your support. I'm very humbled by it. Wes Watson, right? The assassin has left the building. You know, he's in a world of hurt, a world of trouble. But according to Wes, man, he's in his element. He's in his zone, right? He's on his vibe. He stays on his vibe. He wants everybody to believe that he actually likes being in county jail, that he actually likes being on his way to prison. Now, we know that's bull caca. There's not one person on earth that chooses or likes to be incarcerated unless you ain't got nowhere to go and you just need a warm bed and a hot meal. This man went from a mansion and a penthouse to the goddamn, you can't even rent that house, right? It's all bad. He's in trouble. But you know who's in trouble more than Wes Watson? Have you got it yet? I'll let you guys marinate on it. We'll hold. There's people in trouble more than Wes Watson, and those are his super fans. The people who cannot stop, and I mean they just fucking can't stop talking about Wes Watson. Now, I'm not talking about the John Bravos, the Dubs, the content creators, man, that spit facts or just have a little fun with the name of Wes Watson. But I'm talking about the individuals who literally base their life around Wes, who wish incarceration on him, who can't stand the fact that Wes Watson was having money or beautiful women. These are the type of dudes that just need someone to put down because they feel so insufficient in their life, right? You guys know the guys I'm talking about. The guys that every single video, they say the same thing over and over again about Wes Watson, but with a twist. They change it up just a little bit, right? They monitor his life. They basically are giving you a timeline of his life as he's living it. That man couldn't go into a Walgreens and get medication without 100 videos being made. That man couldn't pull up to a gas station and say, fill her up, without someone right there filling their camera up. You know, people made Wes Watson into who he is. You create this persona. You can lie to the people, man, and have the people believing you were locked up your whole life and you were doing this and you were doing that. But without the people that are speaking on your name, then you never become the superstar that you become. That's facts, right? Every person that's trying to elevate the game and do something in social media needs haters. You got to have them. Must have. It's a must have. If you have no haters, you're not relevant. You're not doing your job. You're not smart enough to gain the attention of people that want to see your demise. Wes Watson was able to do that. And as you can see, that funny face fucker was driving around in Rolls Royces. How you say it? Rolls Royces, right? Rolls Royces. He was in the Rolls Royce, right? He was in Bugattis. He was in Lambos. He had too many BBLs and too many fucking fake itty bitty titties, right? He was doing his thing. And there was dudes literally hating on that. Now Wes Watson is cooked. See, everything that's happened up until this point has been at the hand of the haters and himself. Look, you can't blame people for exposing the shenanigans or for trying to help people out. Realize that Wes Watson was the biggest scam artist on YouTube, that he was the biggest bullshitter on YouTube. Look, I've been called a lot of things, a scam artist, a bullshitter. You know, never asked anyone for anything. Not in my life. Just don't do it, man. You know, if you want to help out, cool. If you don't, cool. Just watch my videos. That's all I ever ask. Watch my videos. That helps me out tremendously. Google got my back, right? But with Wes Watson, look, he's pulling up in a Rolls Royce right there, rims y todo. The haters did that. See, if people didn't keep hating on Wes Watson and talking about his lifestyle, he would have never been able to become rich and rare. He would have never been able to do exactly what it was he was doing while he was not incarcerated and on the streets. See, people don't understand, man. Come on, baby, light my fire. You have to light their candle before they have something to blow out, right? All this man did was tell prison stories, and he went from sitting on a park bench with pigeon shitting on his bald head to literally growing out a beard and getting diamonds around his neck. And it was because the haters brought him attention. They continued to bring him attention. I'm making a video bringing him attention, but I'm definitely not a hater. And in fact, some of the people who I thought were in close association with me, or cool with me at the very least, because we did similar content, not exact content. I actually put my face on the screen and do my thing, right? But people that were doing similar content to me, speaking on Wes Watson or whoever else they were talking about, they got upset with people like me. Because anytime I showed any type of sympathy for a man who's literally going down the toilet or who's ruining his life, it was, oh man, you're being too easy, too not. Well, look, I don't hate the man. I don't wish death upon that man. I don't wish incarceration upon that man. If that man hurts women, he's going to get his karma. His karma is dialed in. Believe that, right? Blow the whistle. He blew the whistle, and the whistle's going to whistle on back. Flag on the play. He's most definitely going to get recognized for the shenanigans he does. And I'm not going to be one of the ones that sits here and is like, he needs to go to jail. He needs to go to jail. Because the same thing that will make you smile will make you cry. See, when you're making content about a dude and people are feeling it, they're having fun, they're laughing, it's all good. And then the man gets locked up. What happens? All that fairy dust, all that content goes away. And now you have to recreate your channel and figure out who you're going to talk about next. And usually 9 times out of 10, these suckers will talk about people close to them, people that assisted them, people that had the same type of mindset or the same conversation, because they have no one else to run to. Who can I run to? It's like an escape song, but they can't escape the fact that they really have no content based upon stories that they've lived, or they don't want to let anyone to know their business. They just want to talk about other grown men's business, but don't want to talk about theirs. It's very unfortunate and rather sick, right? Think about it. If you're not a man that can stand on your own too, and put your story out there and let people know how your life has changed, then you are worse than Wes Watson. At least he was on full display. At least he showed his daily life. Look, you might not have liked it. He might have been the arrogant, most narcissistic asshole that was ever on social media. But the fact is, he showed him his true self, his true colors. Most dudes that talk about him won't. They're very private, unless it's about exposing another man's business, and then they're all the way out there. It's rather unfortunate. And when people like myself and other dudes showed any type of sympathy for, someone like Wes, who was basically fucking his own game off, right? Oh man, you're showing that dude too much love. Oh man, what do you want to do, man? You want to give him a hug? Nah, bro, you want to give him a hug. You are mad because you can't be ripped, rich, and rare. I don't give a fuck about being ripped, rich, nor rare. None of that. I could have a belly and still get her in the telly. It's all good. That's how I live, right? But let's be real, man. Does Wes Watson truly deserve everything that's happened to him? As a human being, you have to show compassion. As someone who's been incarcerated for over half my life, I have to show compassion. Going to prison sucks. Doing crime and ruining your community sucks even more. If you're out there committing fraud, crime, hurting people, hurting your community, being a misfit, influencing people to do harm to themselves or to be a bad person, then yes, you deserve to be put away. You deserve to be away. Does Wes Watson truly deserve to do time? If he touched that woman, if he hurt her, if he was breaking her spirit emotionally to gain some type of attention, if he thought he was better than everyone else and he fucking disrespected people and he hurt people, which he did, it's all on tape of him assaulting people and hurting people, then yes, he absolutely deserves to be incarcerated. But I'm not going to cheer it on. I'm not going to say good, good, because most of the people that are cheering that on and saying that are people that were hoping and wishing on his demise from the gate. Everything this dude did was documented on social media. There is more videos made about Wes Watson than he actually put up on his own page. And that's unfortunate. You know, it's unfortunate when a man can't live his life at all, even if it's a life that we don't think's worth living, even if it's a life that a lot of people don't like. The fact is, motherfuckers had to fucking be on his bumper, on his dick, right? It's crazy. Now, I've made several videos about Wes Watson. I'm not going to be a hypocrite because as ex-convict and someone who actually lived a life, you know, there was things I didn't appreciate about Wes Watson. Some of the stories he told about prison that I knew not to be true, I questioned it just like people question my stories. I get it, man. I'm not going to run from the truth or the facts. But the fact is, man, that a lot of these dudes that wished hatred and incarceration on Wes, now that it's here, now that he's cooked, what you going to do, homie? Who you going to talk about next? Are you going to bring up people's old drama from the past? Are you going to try to work the people and put out old things on people like it's brand new, like it just happened yesterday? Are you going to run back to the drawing board and figure out how to manipulate the people into believing that you're their hero, you're really for them, when at the end of the day, you're not. You're for tearing everyone down, whether it's a good man or a bad man. You just want to tear any men down you can. You're a man terror. You like to tear men up. That's crazy, right? At the end of the day, I'll say this, and I'll say this in truth and facts, right? Wes Watson deserves exactly what he signed up for, but I'm not going to be a cheerleader and saying that he deserves it. Now, is he cooked? 100%. 100%. And I want you to say to yourself, does a man who boasts and brags to people, who's proud of his achievements, whether they were ill-gotten or whatever, does that man deserve to be hated on to the point that Wes was? I don't think so. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I think when Wes Watson lies in his stories and puts a little tapatio on it, a grown man will see it for what it is and say, hey, man, this dude's bullshitting. I've been locked up. Ain't no way a regular-ass Wood is going to go in prison and punk all the shot callers and everyone. That didn't happen. Ain't no way this dude was balling on every yard that he went to and was the man on every yard he went to. Ain't no, it's not, you know, it's the motherfucker's not, it's not lottery, right? He's not winning every time. But they were his stories and he was able to achieve something out of it. Someone took a liking to his stories. Someone recognized a man with a paint job. Someone said, you know what? I could utilize this guy to make even more money than he's going to get. And he blew up. And you can't hate that. You can't hate when another man blows up or blows past you. That's just part of the game, man. If you were putting in more work, if you had the fucking right ideas, if you were able to get out there and do your thing, then you would too. But don't be mad at the next man for doing something you haven't achieved in your life. Just work harder and smarter. You know all that old saying, I'll work smarter than hard. No, fucking work harder. Now, where has Wes Watson ended up with all the shenanigans he pulled? Exactly where we knew he was going to go to, incarceration. And not because he was making money or he was scamming people or he was manipulating. No, all that was what it was. Meanwhile, he was doing that, he was chilling in donut shops with Diddy. He was hugging fucking Kevin Gates and Rick Ross on stages. He was saying the N-word with the hard ER, kind of proficient, right? He was doing his Chud the Builder thing. He was doing whatever it was Wes Watson was doing. But the thing that got him caught up was his inaccurate willings and dealings with women. The way he treated women like they were beneath him. He's a scumbag. We all know that. But what makes him scummy, not the fact that he made money, not the fact that Wes Watson blew up, not the fact that Wes Watson bullshitted everyone on the internet to get where he got, but the fact that Wes Watson didn't know how to treat the female species. He wanted to hurt women. And that's why he got what he got. Is he cooked? He's absolutely cooked. Wes Watson is going to prison. There's so many fuckboy and fanboys that wish Wes Watson would get out. Look, anytime a man puts hands on a woman, he deserves what he gets. That's just the truth, man. Let's be honest here. You know, so many people get to escape the ramifications or the repercussions for things that they've done. Wes Watson's not going to be able to do that this time. Money's not going to buy his way out of it. A good lawyer is not going to be able to speak him up out of it. The only thing that will help him is if that lady recants her story and swears up and down that he didn't do nothing, and that might help him. But I mean, this man is on tape. There's audio, there's text messages. There's a lot of evidence to get him where he got. He doesn't need a whole bunch of fucking faceless cheerleaders to sit there and expose every little thing about him to try to hurt his case. There's literally dudes doing videos on the internet trying to get Wes Watson the maximum amount of time as possible. Why? What do you get out of it? Once Wes Watson is gone, you lose. You lose a little bit, buddy. Right? So the best bet, the best thing to do is just let that man do his thing. But is he truly cooked? Yes. And it's not because people talk shit, and it's not because he was making money in an ill-gotten fashion. It's not because of none of that. It's because he didn't know how to treat women, and he didn't know how to act in society. And someone like Wes Watson does not deserve to be in the community or society, because all that's going to happen, he leaves wakes. It's like a boat in the ocean, man. Everyone that catches that wake, it fucks them up, right? That's all it is. He leaves a lot of wakes, but he has a rather big boat. And there's people that don't care about the wake. They just care about the size of his boat. Stop worrying about a man's pockets, a man's boat, his size. Stop worrying about all that, and stop worrying about not getting caught up in the wake, right? Because every time you talk about him, you make him more famous. Every time you talk about me, you make me more famous. Every time I talk about you, I make you more famous. And if you notice, I don't say your names. Now, I know a lot of people have a name in mind. Oh, he's talking about this guy, or he's talking about that guy. You don't know who I'm talking about, and that's up to you to interpret it. I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't care about how other people program and do their content and make their money. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just saying, a lot of us have to realize that, you know, when you hate on a man so much and you wish incarceration and death and all these different things, man, karma's going to get you. Love's going to get you. And you're going to boogie down to that production, and you're going to understand that every video you made in the future, maybe not now because you're getting your money, you're doing your thing, you got people fucking hyping you up, you feel like you're somebody, but this is fucking YouTube. This ain't YouTube don't control the world. This is YouTube, and everything you've ever said about someone, when your shit gets put on blast and you get exposed, you're going to understand how it feels. You know, I've been going through things this past week with my family, or a couple weeks, right? With the gente, with everyone, where people like, I lost a lot of people backed up. Hey, I ain't fucking with you, Gunner. I respect it. But then there's a lot of people like, we don't care. We're rocking with you either way. Anyone that knows me knows I have a pure heart. I don't mean things in the worst way. I have fun with it, right? But I could understand how I rub some people the wrong way. You know, I'm an ex-convict, an ex-gang member, a person that was really in the mix, man, that has changed my life. But when I talk about certain things, man, it seems like I'm dwelling on that. Like I can't let it go. That's the reason why a lot of gang members don't like me. Damn, homie, you don't live that life anymore. Why do you still speak on it? Because I'm trying to bring the harsh realities of what that life brings to you, man. And if I can make a little money doing it, why the fuck not? Who wouldn't? Right? That's just truth and facts. I'm speaking real. Wes Watson went from telling old prison stories, maybe some fabricated, maybe some real, maybe half and half, right? 50-50 yard. He went doing what he was doing, and then changed because he made a little money off of it. And that's when the haters recognized, because prior to that, when Wes Watson was sitting on that park bench, everybody was hyping him up. Everybody loved the stories. True or not, everybody was watching. Then the moment he started not knowing how to act and throwing money in people's faces and calling people that he had man boobs and all this crazy shit, that's when people kind of fell off. But then you had this whole group of people that just decided, you know what? We're going to nitpick this dude's whole life. We're going to ruin him. We're going to decimate him. Having never had any interaction with them, he never did not one single thing to these people. Not one. Never. But people sing the cash cow. It's the truth, right? The people that were doing it way before, people like Duz, people like Joey Stacks, people like, who's that other dude? JD, not JD Delay, but JW or JD, I forget his name, right? Who was doing it right from the gate, not because they were hating on Wes Watson's money but because Wes Watson, they were as ex-convicts, they recognized that he was a bullshitter, right? Those people, they don't get in fact, they get hated on. They don't get no love, no nothing. It's just like other people want to say, well, we dominate about Wes Watson. We get all the facts. We know all the stories. Oh, hoorah, right? You're a Marine. You know all the info on a man. So what? It is what it is. Is Wes Watson cooked? He is. But as long as the haters keep talking about him, he's going to keep on making money. The same thing that will make you laugh will make you cry. Thumbs up or thumbs down. That's just some game, man. Some knowledge you can't get in college. Like I said, I give game. Now I don't give up game. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to struggle for what I truly and honestly believe in. And that's the betterment of all people. This video is sponsored by Vadio Liquors in Turlock, California. If you ever want to go get you something icy and cold to drink and you're in the valley, go to Vadio Liquors in Turlock and get you something cold to drink. Also, by 60 Stones Yard Service in Tucson, Arizona, man. If you need someone to help you out with your yard work and to hook you up, call him. He'll give you a good estimate, man. I'm doing this video not to hate on anyone that's hating on Wes, because truly I don't give a fuck about you. But I'm really doing this because, you know, people will sit there and wish incarceration and death and all kinds of bad things to a person that has never, ever even done one single thing to them and might not even know them. It's wild.